Hello everyone, Douglas Waltz, Old Man Comic Book Reviews, coming at you with another stack of comic books. Here's our first one, number 7 of the book The Dead Lucky. I didn't know that they were going to come back with a second volume so fast, which is kind of cool. Our writer is Melissa Flores, our artist is French Carlo Magno, and instead of just protecting San Francisco, now they send the Dead Lucky out to do, they grab hostages, famous people, people with money, people with secrets in their head, and they are doing stuff that's not San Francisco. Some people are mad that they're out in the world, other people are like, well, at least you're not blowing up San Francisco every 5 minutes. So, but there's still that underlying moral corporation that needs to be taken out, so I'm going to save that one. We'll do that one last or so. We have one shot, Godzilla, Monsters and Protectors, Summer Smash. This is the kids one. Writer is Eric Burnham. Artist is Dan Schoening. And Mechagodzilla has shown up, and the Zillions are after Earth, of course. And so we needed someone to help us. So who did they send? They got a big picture. Hold on if I can just find a big... we'll use this for now. That's right, folks. It's Jet Jaguar. But the bad guys, the Zillions, are using Mecha Ghidorah. So they need Mothra to come back, and they need Godzilla to come back, of course. The only other thing is I don't think they were able to... I don't know why King Caesar doesn't show up, but he doesn't show up. So... But Ultraman is Ultraman. He looks like Ultraman, sorry. Jaguar is there to save the day! This was a lot of fun. Bigger book, cost a couple more bucks, but well worth it anytime you have Godzilla in it. And this younger storyline thing is just awesome. So this was a good book. Number 2 of the miniseries Spider-Man India. Spider-Man India coming to you fresh from the most recent movie about the Spider-Verse. Our writer is Nikesh Shukla. Our penciler is Abhishek Malsuni. Our inker is Scott Hanna. Scott Hanna, that's all it fits there. I like the artwork. The artwork is cool. Last we left our Spider-Man from India, there was a guy who is a giant reptile, so it's his version of the lizard, because he's in a different dimension than our Spider-Man, so he's got his own lizard to worry about. Plus, people who aren't very happy about Spider-Man just being around. So, we'll see how that goes. This is a fun book, though. I like that. I like the costume better in the movie. Just personal preference. Ghost Rider 16. Here we go. Benjamin Percy is our writer. Chris Campana is our penciler. Oren Jr. is our inker. This one is called Night Rider. This is all 3 of them. Danny Ketch, Johnny Blaze, Robbie Reyes. They all pick up a hitchhiker who takes people's faces, and he tries to take the Ghost Rider's faces, and there's a thing where, I don't know, this issue is weird. Weird and kinda, I don't know what's going on here, so... We'll see how it goes. This was a weird issue, though. Just kind of really freaky. So, here we have the good She-Hulk number 15. Unfortunately, it's also the last issue of She-Hulk under this title. Apparently, she's coming back under the Sensational She-Hulk. Rainbow Rowell is our writer. Andreas Genele is our artist. We found out last issue that the scoundrel who's in love with She-Hulk sold a bomb to an alien who wants to destroy Manhattan, so he came to save She-Hulk, and she's like, that's not how that works, stupid. So the fight club that she's in, where it's Titana, Volcana, I think, Ben Grimm, She-Hulk. Jack shows up just to help out with the bomb, because it's radioactive, so Jack can do it. This was a really sweet issue. I just wish Marvel would stop doing... Oh, it's called Punch Club, by the way. I'm sorry, not Fight Club. I wish they'd stop doing that. We're going to have a new series, and it's going to be a #1. Bleh. All right. Last issue, issue number 6 of Nightclub. It's a double-sized issue. So here's the interesting part. Mark Millar has given Nightclub to us for $1.99 a pop. This is twice as many pages, so this was actually the price of a normal size comic book of $3.99. When we left our vigilante vampires, they were given the ultimatum to kill their entire families and join the group of vampires. What do you call a group of vampires? Group of vampires. Clutch, Coven, rhymes with oven.
A room?
Anyone get from Dan out there? He said a room of vampires.
Of vampires?
Ooh, a rule. I like that. So they have to fight the vampires, the ancient vampires, and that's the dog who has decided to make themselves known for no other reason than we have the camera on. Hasn't moved for hours. Camera's on. So, anyways, the vampires come to try to kill off all the old vampires and just try to go back to being heroes. But I don't know. The ending, there's a thing about the ending that I don't really want to give away that just seems kind of cliche. Whatever. We'll see if they even do another one. Alright. 2 seconds while I cough. Thank you. Alright. Final one. Amazing Spider-Man 30. When last we left Spider-Man, he had put on the original Doc Ock arms to go and save Norman Osborn from Doc Ock. Zeb Wells is our writer. Ed McGuinness is our penciler. Mark Farmer, Cliff Rathburn, and Ed McGuinness are our inkers. Sound to me like Ed falling a little behind, needs some help. Whatever. Doc Ock shot Norman up with a bunch of goblin venom. Goblin serum? Venom? Serum. Let's call it serum. And it does nothing to him. He has so much serum flying through him now that tiny little thing he gave him. The interesting part is the longer Spider-Man wears the arms, the more Doc Ock-ish he becomes. Starts calling people dolts and things like that. That's a running gag throughout. And Doc Ock has new ones that can separate into little sections called octoids. That's a new word. So, but then you get just the coolest giant picture of them calling each other adult while they're beating each other up while wearing an extra set of arms. This was probably my favorite issue in a while of Spider-Man, because you got Norman there. He's not a bad guy anymore. You got Doc Ock being Doc Ock, just prime Doc Ock, and Spider-Man finding out he shouldn't wear the arms because, well, they make him in kind of a jerk. So Norman did get his face beat in, though. They mentioned the thing about Kamala Khan, Ms. Marvel, to everyone, who died a couple issues ago. Whatever. That was issue 26. She's already coming back. She'll be in the X-Men Hellfire Gala, the fall of the X-Men. She's been dead for less than 2 months. And they brought her back because the new Marvels movie's coming out. So they're going to need her for that. Fiona, you did not come over this weekend. Your parents' car was broken into and someone tried to steal it. Car no worky. So that was awful, of course. We have a planned 5-day mega sleepover next week. We'll still have the show. Maybe I'll see if they want to do the show with me. Don't know. They'll probably tell me no. So I'll do the show without them. Or they'll be running around the table going the whole time. And it'll be even funnier. So there you go. For the rest of you, I always tell you, go out to your local library. Find your comic shop. My comic shop is Fanfare. Fanfare is nice in that if you spend $5 a year, you get a 20% discount on all new books when they come out. That's a pretty handy thing to have, actually. But other than that, yeah, go on the internet. Go to the library. Find a place to read comic books. There's always going to be a comic book for you. I mean, seriously, I mention it every week. There's a Godzilla comic book. Sure, there's some superhero comic books. There's a vampire comic book. There's Dead Lucky. That's just the oddest thing. And deals with people dealing with PTSD. It even gives assistance for that in the back of every single issue, which I thought was very nice. So until next week, I'll see you. Go read a comic book.